When Tom Cruise turns down an award from Donald Trump, it is not just Hollywood gossip, it is a warning shot. Imagine being offered one of America's highest cultural honors in front of the world by a sitting president and saying no. That is exactly what Tom Cruise did when he declined the Kennedy Center honor, reportedly offered by President Donald Trump for the year 2025. Officially, Cruise's camp chalked it up to scheduling conflicts, but insiders suggest the real motive runs deeper. According to the Economic Times, sources believe Cruise wanted to avoid political controversy and protect his career, signaling to both fans and industry power brokers that he would not be drawn into a partisan spectacle. Why does this matter? Accepting or rejecting an honor like the Kennedy Center means more than just picking up a trophy. It can define how a star is seen by history. If you misread the signals behind these public moves, you risk misunderstanding how power, respect, and opportunity are shaped, not just in Hollywood, but in any competitive field. So what is really at stake with the Kennedy Center honors, and why does this snub echo far beyond a single ceremony? Let's unravel how the Kennedy Center honors became such a key battleground for status, and how Tom Cruise's choice rewrote the rules. What if your name could be etched into American history, or erased by a single decision? The Kennedy Center honor is not just a trophy. It is a rare stamp of cultural immortality that can elevate or jeopardize a person's legacy in front of millions. Since the late 1970s, only a select few have been chosen for this honor, recognized for shaping the very core of American music, theater, film, and dance. Receiving this accolade means your influence goes beyond applause. It cements your legacy and connects you to every legend who defined the nation's identity. But this year, the stakes are higher than ever. With President Donald Trump personally selecting the honorees and hosting the ceremony, every inclusion and omission takes on a new, controversial weight. For the first time under Trump's direction, the recipients include Kiss, Sylvester Stallone, George Strait, Gloria Gaynor, and Michael Crawford, each representing a different slice of American culture. Trump is not hiding his involvement. He openly joked, "I waited and waited and waited, and I said, the hell with it. I'll become chairman, and I'll give myself an honor." His hands-on approach has ignited fierce debate over where celebrity ends and political influence begins. Why should you care? Because these cultural rituals do more than celebrate. They decide who gets status, legitimacy, and influence in America. The Kennedy Center invitation is a golden ticket, shaping who belongs in the national story and who gets left out. Lose that invitation or decline it, and you risk losing credibility, connection, and even future opportunities. Missing what is really at stake means missing how public image and influence are crafted, and how easily they can be destroyed. In today's hyper-polarized climate, understanding these power games could help you protect your own reputation and choices. So when Tom Cruise, arguably the world's most bankable star, rejects this invitation, it is not just a break from tradition, it is a signal that the rules of fame and power are shifting. What was really going on behind closed doors? Let's pull back the curtain on what Tom Cruise's refusal really means and why it could change the way stars and leaders interact in America. Imagine risking your entire career with just a single word. That's what Tom Cruise did when he cited conflict to dodge the Kennedy Center honors, and the stakes were sky high. On the surface, Cruise was simply too busy. Officially, he turned down the prestigious accolade from President Donald Trump, blaming scheduling conflicts. His spokesperson refused further explanation, inviting everyone to speculate about the real reasons beneath this neat excuse. But behind closed doors, Hollywood insiders whispered a different story. According to the Economic Times, Cruise was determined to avoid getting entangled in political drama and instead keep his focus razor sharp on his film legacy. In an age where a single headline can make or break your career, even being offered one of America's top arts honors is a potential minefield. One wrong move could explode into controversy. Suddenly, Cruz's polite refusal became front-page news. Social media and newsrooms erupted with debate, dissecting every angle of his decision. The question hanging in the air: was this truly about a busy schedule or a strategic move to sidestep a political powder keg? In today's America, every public action by a celebrity is scrutinized for hidden messages. The stakes rose even higher because Trump, now the Kennedy Center's chairman, openly admitted he turned down plenty of honorees for being woke, making it clear that these awards are now entangled with political loyalties and culture wars. For Cruz, accepting could have meant alienating millions of loyal fans, damaging his global brand, or even risking blockbuster revenues. Just one misstep could spark a backlash, cost untold millions at the box office, and stain a reputation built over decades. But refusing wasn't risk-free either. It could be seen as an insult, triggering anger from powerful figures and relentless gossip. This is the tightrope every superstar has to walk in the Trump era. A handshake, a photo, or even an award can instantly flip the script of public opinion. Cruz's so-called scheduling conflict was, in reality, a high-stakes lesson in reputation management, showing that sometimes staying silent is the boldest move you can make. The impact doesn't end with Cruz. His calculated no could reshape how the Kennedy Center honors are viewed, influence the choices of other celebrities facing political invitations, and shift the public's understanding of loyalty and dissent in the spotlight. But what exactly made this moment so explosive? And why did Cruz's choice spark such heated debate? Let's break down the cultural forces at play. A-list snubs like this are never random. They set the new rules for how every major artist navigates power in a divided America. The shock of Tom Cruise turning down the Kennedy Center honor from Donald Trump is still echoing. He cited a scheduling conflict, but the timing could not be more pointed. Trump, having just taken control of the Kennedy Center, is overseeing his first set of honorees. Stars like Sylvester Stallone, Gloria Gaynor, Kiss, George Strait, and Michael Crawford all said yes. Cruz alone said no. This is not just about personal calendars. It is about who defines the meaning of honor. The Kennedy Center honor has long stood as one of America's highest cultural achievements. But now, with Trump at the helm and the honoree list reflecting his handpicked choices, the legitimacy of the award itself is being questioned in real time. When major stars refuse to take the stage, it exposes the political undertones that contained even the arts. According to multiple reports, insiders suggest Cruz's decision was as much about avoiding political controversy as managing his own legacy. Just think, while declining Trump's invite, Cruz is set to receive an honorary Oscar at the Governor's Awards in November. This contrast is glaring. One ceremony now feels risky, the other an uncontroversial celebration of cinematic achievement. For the Kennedy Center, the future is suddenly uncertain. If top-tier stars like Cruz stay away, the award risks losing its cultural cachet. Will future nominees feel pressured to align with the politics of whoever is in charge? Or will they exercise their own quiet power by refusing? The answer will shape how the arts interact with power for years to come. For Trump, this is a high-stakes gamble. His ability to draw star power is now under public scrutiny. Tom Cruise has made a shocking move. The Mission Impossible star declined an invite from Donald Trump, reports Geo.tv. If more A-listers follow Cruz's lead, the Kennedy Center honors could become a symbol of division rather than a unifying celebration. For the next generation of stars, the message is shaped just as much by the invitations you turn down as the ones you accept. In a polarized landscape, artists face a stark choice. Stand with the establishment and risk being defined by someone else's narrative, or chart your own path and risk losing exposure. If you take away only one lesson, it is this: sometimes, the power of saying no defines your destiny more than the spotlight ever could. But with the Kennedy Center and Trump's brand both now in flux, what about the public? How did this reshape how we see honor, fame, and what matters most in American culture? Tom Cruise proves that sometimes refusing an honor and keeping quiet about your reasons can be the sharpest move for protecting your image and your influence. Let's break down what we can actually learn from this. Cruise could have accepted the Kennedy Center honor from Donald Trump, joining big names like Sylvester Stallone and Kiss. Instead, he declined, officially citing scheduling conflicts, but sources suggest his decision was really about avoiding political controversy and staying focused on his career. This single act has generated more speculation and discussion than if he had simply accepted. Here's the lesson for the rest of us. Not every invitation or recognition is worth saying yes to, especially when it comes with strings attached. Cruise's silence and strategic refusal allowed him to sidestep a political minefield, avoid being defined by someone else's agenda, and maintain control over his own narrative. According to the Economic Times, his move sparked significant debate about his stance, proof that sometimes what you don't say can have more impact than any statement you make. In today's polarized world, knowing when to decline opportunities and doing so with subtlety is a powerful way to protect your reputation. If you blindly accept every association or honor, you risk letting others dictate your values and your public identity. Failing to recognize these cultural rituals, like who you align with and when, means missing out on a deeper understanding of how status and legitimacy are constructed and fiercely protected. Meanwhile, Cruise is keeping his focus on his craft, working on a high-profile black comedy film set for release in October 2026. By choosing to stay quiet and invest in his own projects, he's showing that sometimes walking away is how you stay in charge of your story. But what does this mean for how we judge, recognition, honors, and the nature of real power in our own lives? Let's pull the camera back for the big picture. Tom Cruise just taught a masterclass in quiet power. Would you do the same in his shoes? When Hollywood is under a microscope and every honor comes with a headline, Tom Cruise chose to step back. He reportedly declined the Kennedy Center honor offered by Donald Trump, officially because of scheduling conflicts. But in a year where Stallone, Kiss, and Gloria Gaynor said yes, Cruise's silence spoke louder than any acceptance speech ever could. Make no mistake, this was not just a matter of a full calendar. Experts and industry insiders suggest Cruise's decision was a deliberate move to sidestep political controversy and protect his carefully built brand. In the entertainment world, every handshake, every photo, every public yes or no can make or break careers. The stakes? Nothing less than your reputation, future opportunities, and even your sense of self. In an age when the world is hungry for statements, fueled by viral sound bites and non-stop speculation, sometimes the smartest play is to say nothing at all. Cruise showed that what you refuse and how you refuse matters as much as what you accept. By avoiding the political spotlight, he controlled the narrative and kept his power intact. So here's the real question. When your own crossroads comes, when a single choice could define how others see you, will you accept the offer or quietly walk away? Because sometimes the greatest statement is the one you do not make. But what does this mean for the future of celebrity influence? And could this new silent strategy change how stars shape culture? Let's dig deeper into the evolving rules of fame.